What if, hidden beneath the busy streets of modern Alexandria, Egypt, lies an ancient octagonal observatory, lost for 2,000 years? I'm Dr. Mira Kara, and tonight we embark on a journey that spans centuries, from the heart of the Mediterranean coast back to the golden age of Hellenistic science. Imagine the Codex Hypatia, a worn manuscript passed down through secret scholars, hinting at a dome so precise that its windows aligned with every major star. A dome that charted the heavens for the greatest astronomer of antiquity, Hypatia. This is the story of ambition and betrayal, of knowledge outlawed and rediscovered, and it begins with a fragment of that very codex. But first, we must ask ourselves, what drove Hypatia to build such a marvel, and why was it buried beneath the sands of time? Close your eyes and picture a courtyard lit by oil lamps, where columns echo with the voices of scholars. By torchlight, Hypatia stands before her students, her gestures precise, as she traces arcs of constellations on a brass armillary sphere. She is calm, authoritative, her voice clear. Observe the pole star, fixed above the northern horizon. Now watch as the planets pirouette around our sun, like dancers on a stage. Beneath their feet lay the heart of her design, an octagonal dome, each of its 8 facets opening to a different slice of the sky. From Taurus to Orion, the dome framed each major constellation at its rising. Scholars called it Hypatia's astral pavilion, a marvel of geometry and light. Brass astrolabes hung from carved niches in the walls. Star chart mosaics lay beneath their feet. Around them, Alexandria shimmered. Poets recited verses in shaded groves. Ships from Rome and Carthage moored in the harbor, and the great library's scrolls filled every hall. It was 132 A.D., the city's golden age, and no mind within the Mediterranean rivaled Hypatia's. Yet even as her dome rose, dark currents gathered. Enter Orestes, the Roman prefect, once a patron of the arts, now consumed by envy. He saw Hypatia's renown as a threat to his power. On a moonless night, his agents crept into the pavilion, sealing its 12 windows with mortar and burying the mosaics under layers of earth. They decreed that pagan rites were heresy and ordered the library's scrolls burned. Alexandria's heart stilled, its celestial secrets entombed. And yet, one fragment survived, a single vellum page etched with star alignment diagrams and 8 concentric circles. This became the Codex Hypatia. Passion, betrayal, and ambition all shadowed the observatory's fate. For centuries, no one dared unearth its stones. Fast forward through time, the codex passed hands as swiftly as papyrus in a desert wind. A monk spirited it away as crusaders stormed Alexandria, hiding it beneath his robes. It resurfaced in Constantinople before an Ottoman sultan locked it in his library, forgotten, unread. In the 16th century, a Venetian merchant acquired the manuscript, intrigued by its octagonal diagrams. He carried it across the Mediterranean to Venice, where it vanished into the canals, another twist in its tale. Centuries later, in 1895, an Ottoman scholar rediscovered the vellum chest and recognized Hypatia's handwriting. He translated its contents, only to be silenced by academic politics. His notes spoke of a living map, 12 markers that, when aligned, would reveal the dome's location to anyone brave enough to follow them. Tonight, we hold that same map. These 12 markers crisscross modern Alexandria, each hiding a clue to Hypatia's creation. Now, in the present day, we stand at the first of these clues, the buried foundations of the ancient library's lecture halls at Com el Dika. archaeologists uncovered an octagonal floor pattern, stone tiles that sweep outward in 8 perfect petals. According to our codex, the western edge of the 7th petal hides a secret access point. The manuscript warns, "Place your hand upon the seam beneath the 7th petal, and the earth shall yield its secret." Soon, we will trace that seam, step by digital step, tile by tile, to unearth the first marker of Hypatia's lost observatory. Are you ready for the next chapter of our quest? The journey has only just begun. Welcome back to our quest. We've uncovered the first clue beneath the library's ruins, an octagonal petal pattern at Com El Dika. Now, imagine a digital map of Alexandria, overlaid with 12 luminous points, each one a waypoint on Hypatia's living blueprint. Tonight, we chase markers 1 through 4, the ramparts, the catacombs, the minaret, and the lighthouses of old. Marker number 1 sits at the eastern wall of Citadel Qaitbay, where centuries ago a fortress rose atop the ruins of pharaohs' palaces. Legend holds that beneath a cracked stone in the rampart, 3 deliberate taps will release a hidden latch. According to the Codex Hypatia, strike thrice upon the tide-worn stone, and the vault shall open to those who seek the sky. Some say, if you listen closely at midnight, you can hear a faint click echo through the corridors below, a mechanical welcome that once greeted Hypatia herself. Whether myth or mechanism, our digital compass directs us to that very stone. Are you picturing it? That one cracked block, weathered by salt winds, waiting for a curious hand. Marker 2 lies deep in the Com El Shokafa catacombs, where ancient Romans and Egyptians once mingled rites of death and eternity. Here, narrow tunnels spiral into rock-cut chambers, decorated with faded frescoes. Hypatia's notes hint at a secret star chamber, an alcove whose walls align to the rising of Sirius on the summer solstice. "Let the dog star awaken the chamber," she wrote, "and the path to the dome shall be revealed." Historians dismissed the idea for centuries, yet recent ground-penetrating radar has detected anomalies beneath the floor. Could those readings mark the second alignment? Hold that thought. This catacomb was once the site of pilgrim processions, their torches dancing like fireflies in the dark. Imagine that ritual light illuminating a hidden niche, just as the star of Isis blazes overhead. Marker 3 stands tall at the minaret of the Mosque of Abu al-Abbas al-Mursi, known today for its ornate facade and spiral balconies. But Hypatia's codex records its predecessor, a slender tower that marked the equinox dawn. She describes a moment when the morning light cuts through the spiral, casting a perfect ray across the ancient plaza. That ray, she believed, would point her successors toward the heart of the lost dome. Modern restorations have altered the masonry, yet if you overlay our alignment data on today's structure, the axis still holds, an ephemeral line connecting yesterday and tomorrow. Marker 4 brings us to the legendary island of Pharos, once home to the greatest lighthouse of antiquity. Even though only foundations remain, Hypatia's codex refers to its beacon as a celestial counterpart. Where man's light met heaven's, the 4th marker stands. Archaeologists have uncovered submerged stones off the modern Corniche Road. Some fit an octagonal base, matching the codex's diagram. Picture sailors of old, guided by that towering fire, unaware they also followed one vertex of Hypatia's grand design, an alignment invisible to all but the initiated. Before we press on, let's pause for a moment. Real history reminding us of what made Alexandria the intellectual capital of the ancient world. Founded by Alexander the Great in 331 BC, the city blossomed under Ptolemaic rule. The great library amassed hundreds of thousands of scrolls. Scholars like Eratosthenes measured Earth's circumference here, and Euclid codified geometry. It was a fusion of Greek philosophy, Egyptian tradition, and Oriental trade, an experiment in collective knowledge that lasted centuries. Even today, its street grid echoes classical planning, and every ruin whispers of debates held in marble-columned lecture halls. Our fictional quest builds on that legacy. Hypatia's Observatory was not an outlier, but the pinnacle of Alexandria's scholarly spirit. But as we mapped markers 1 through 4, rumor stirs of an Ottoman-era key, rediscovered beneath Serapeum tiles, that unlocks marker 5. Will that key survive the sands of time? And who else might seek it? Next chapter, we race against unseen rivals, unearth the metal key of legend, and chase 4 more alignments that edge us closer to Hypatia's hidden dome. Stay with me. Our journey has only just reached its first crossroads. We left off at marker 4, the sunken stones of Pharos Island. Now, with 4 alignments traced, our Codex Hypatia points us deeper into the city's layered past. Next up, markers 5 through 8, each hiding its own secret, if we dare uncover them. Marker 5 awaits beneath the ruins of the Serapeum, a temple of Serapis, where Greeks and Egyptians once worshipped in syncretic harmony. Hypatia's notes refer to an octagonal floor sunk below the main hall. Count 8 steps from the western threshold, and you will find the key of iron, the Codex warns. Local legend speaks of an Ottoman treasure hunter who, in the 18th century, uncovered a rusted metal key here, only to vanish before he could claim its prize. Archaeologists have since mapped subsurface cavities. Our digital probe shows a hollow echo exactly 8 paces in. Could that ghostly gap still conceal an ancient key? We must believe it does. Marker 6 lies within the rotunda of the Alexandria National Museum, a modern building on ancient ground. Hypatia's Codex describes a dome beneath a dome, instructing seekers to look for a hidden hatch in the museum's circular floor. When the museum was constructed, curators thought they sealed every crevice. Yet recent laser scans detected a rectangular outline, unmarked, unmapped, unexplained. Imagine a panel that slides aside to reveal a spiral staircase leading down to Hypatia's inner sanctum. If the pattern holds true, we stand on the threshold of discovery. Marker 7 takes us to the lush gardens of Montaza Palace, once the summer retreat of Egypt's royal family. Hypatia wrote of a solstice banquet held in a pavilion of cypress wood. Where the shadow falls shortest at noon, the 7th alignment lies beneath your feet. The garden's central axis still lines up with the sun at midsummer, but the original pavilion is gone, replaced by stone pathways and marble benches. Archaeological surveys hint at a buried foundation, perhaps the pavilion's base, beneath the north terrace. If so, stepping there at the solstice could activate another of Hypatia's celestial cues. Marker 8 presents a surprising twist, a 21st century bridge. Stanley Bridge, built in 2001, spans the Mediterranean like a modern archipelago. But Hypatia's Codex speaks of 8 arches that mirror the heavens. The original text predates any modern construction, yet the bridge's 8 identical spans align perfectly with the city's grid. Could an ancient blueprint have survived in oral tradition, resurfacing in contemporary design? Or is this a celestial coincidence? one we cannot ignore. Engineers note the spans were laid out at 45-degree intervals, an exact match to Hypatia's octagonal design. Marker 8 may be the most enigmatic of all. As we log Marker 8, our peaceful investigation is interrupted. My encrypted comm crackles. Dr. Kara, this is the Sentinel Society. We know your next move. Cease your inquiry, or the knowledge will fall into hands that silence it forever. An unseen adversary races us now, using our very clues to thwart our progress. Will they reach the Serapeum's depths before we do? The Codex offers no counsel for betrayal, only one final lesson. In shadows, truth waits for the brave. With 8 markers pinned, just 4 remain, each closer to Hypatia's lost observatory. But our rivals are closing in, and time grows short. In the next chapter, we'll unearth the Ottoman key of legend, infiltrate the hidden chamber beneath the citadel, navigate its ancient traps, and perhaps glimpse the first stones of Hypatia's dome. Stay with me. The race for discovery has never been more perilous. With 8 markers pinned, just 4 remain, each closer to Hypatia's lost observatory. But our rivals are closing in, and time grows short. Next, we'll unearth the Ottoman key of legend, infiltrate the hidden chamber beneath the citadel, navigate its ancient traps, and perhaps glimpse the first stones of Hypatia's dome. Stay with me. The race for discovery has never been more perilous. We rejoin our quest with 8 markers traced and 2 adversaries in the wings. The Sentinel Society is on our trail, but we press on. Now, markers 9 and 10 lie beneath the city's sacred halls, and only one clue separates us from Hypatia's hidden chamber. Marker 9 reveals itself at the heart of devotion, the Mosque of Abul Abbas al-Mursi. Its marble floors and ornate arches conceal a trap door sealed by centuries of worshippers. The Codex Hypatia whispers, "Under the prayer mat of the faithful, a latch awaits the seeker who knows the prayer of stars." Legend holds that reciting the Pleiades invocation, a celestial hymn penned in Hellenistic Greek, unlocks the mechanism. Though the mosque's imams never dared test such lore, our digital readout confirms a hollow resonance beneath the main prayer hall. Tonight, we'll speak that invocation in code, tracing its rhythm in our notes. For even in silence, the mosque holds its breath for one who dares call upon the heavens. Marker 10 circles back to where our journey began, the ramparts of Citadel Kytpe. Beneath its stone bastions, a secret vault waits. The Codex instructs, beneath the cannon's roar, where earth and water meet, a tunnel descends to knowledge's keep. In bygone centuries, cannons guarded the fortress, but in peacetime, their roar fell silent. Maritime engineers note a sealed embrasure overlooking the Mediterranean. Beneath it, old maps show a narrow shaft leading underground. If we can trace that shaft, we might find Hypatia's antechamber before our rivals do. Yet every moment we hesitate, the Sentinel Society draws nearer. Armed with our markers 9 and 10, we descend into darkness. According to the Codex, the passage is treacherous, lined with mechanical traps designed to deter the unworthy. First, the floor gives way to spike pits, narrow beams set to fall. Hypatia's blueprint cleverly mapped safe zones between each trap. Leaning on her notes, we step with precision, our hearts pounding in sync with each breath. Next, a rotating wall section, a stone cylinder that, if misaligned, crushes all in its path. The Codex's margin scribbles provide the exact cadence. 2 slow turns left, 1 quick turn right. With that rhythm, we slip through unscathed. Finally, we face a collapsing arch, one false step, and centuries of stone will rain down. But Hypatia's astrolabe glyph etched into the tunnel wall reveals the arch's keystone. Press it, and the stones hold firm. At last, we emerge into the antechamber, a circular room ringed by bronze reliefs depicting Hypatia's teachings. Figures hold parchments inscribed with star charts, arms outstretched toward an unseen sky. In the center stands an empty plinth, its surface marked by radial lines pointed to each of our 12 markers. This was Hypatia's lecture platform. Place the assembled astrolabe atop it, and the true observatory waits beyond a hidden door. Our pulse quickens. The antechamber's air feels electric, as if the very words of a lost scholar echo in every corner. One final verse of the Codex remains to guide us. When the 12 converge at the threshold of the world above, the door of light shall open. We stand on the brink of Hypatia's sanctum, the lost observatory itself. But our rivals lurk just beyond the walls, eager to seize the dome's secrets for themselves. In the next chapter, we will unlock the door of light, step into the octagonal dome, and witness the celestial alignment that held the ancients in awe. Hold your breath. History and legend collide in the chamber beyond. Our pursuit of truth continues. We rejoin our quest at the final threshold. The antechamber's bronze reliefs glow faintly in our lights, and before us stands the door of light, Hypatia's door, etched with 12 interlocking star glyphs. With reverent care, we place the assembled astrolabe, its delicate rings aligned to our 12 markers, into the central recess. The glyphs shimmer, one by one, as if stirred by an unseen breath. A low hum fills the chamber, and the door's seams part in a silken slide of stone. Beyond lies a gentle radiance, as though the stars themselves have been distilled into light. Our path forward is lit not by torches, but by Hypatia's legacy. Step through the portal and witness the octagonal dome in all its ancient glory. 8 soaring arches converge overhead, channeling sunlight through narrow star windows. The floor is a mosaic map of the heavens: Orion's belt, the swan of Cygnus, the lion of Leo. Each constellation inlay crafted from iridescent stones. Imagine Hypatia standing at the center lectern, her voice echoing, "Behold the heavens set in stone and light." Here, we learn not just to gaze, but to understand our place among the stars. In the dome's niches rest Hypatia's instruments, armillary spheres glinting with brass rings, celestial globes carved from ivory, and telescopic lenses ground to perfection. Each artifact testifies to her brilliance, preserved by time and secrecy. As we circle the lectern, notice the precise orientation of each instrument, aligned to Polaris, to Venus at greatest elongation, to the lunar nodes. Hypatia's greatest achievement, predicting the eclipse of 130 AD with uncanny accuracy. A parchment scroll, now crumbled, once recorded her calculations. When the moon's shadow touches the eastern shore, we shall witness nightfall at noon. On that day, the city paused in awe, and the Academy hailed her as foremost among live-in minds. That scroll, and her design, live on in this sanctuary. Now, imagine the winter solstice at dawn. A slender beam of sunlight pierces the northern window, tracing a golden path across the mosaic to the lectern. Hypatia's Codex declares, "On the solstice morn, truth reveals itself at first light." This architectural marvel transforms stone into a cosmic clock, measuring time, season, and the eternal dance of celestial bodies. For centuries, that moment remained unseen, till tonight, when we stand witness to Hypatia's vision. In a shadowed niche, we discover a weathered crate, sealed with an emblem of the owl, symbol of Athena. Inside, Hypatia's lost scrolls lie preserved, treatises on planetary motion, star catalogues lost to antiquity, and one final prophecy. As long as one mind seeks the heavens, the observatory shall endure. Her words echo across time, reminding us that knowledge, once kindled, can never be extinguished completely. With the scrolls in hand and Hypatia's dome unveiled, we prepare for our final journey, the epilogue that bridges myth and modernity. The lost observatory of Alexandria stands revealed at last. We step back through Hypatia's door of light, the scrolls secured in our satchel, and emerge once more in the antechamber's gentle glow. Behind us, the dome's arches still tremble with whispered echoes of ancient lectures. Look at this world map, dotted with hidden sanctuaries and lost observatories. The House of Wisdom in Baghdad, where scholars translated star charts. The underground labs of Toledo, where alchemists chased celestial secrets. The sunken temples of Angkor, aligned to solstice suns. Hypatia's spirit lives on across continents and eras, proof that human curiosity knows no bounds. Back above ground, Alexandria pulses with life once more. The modern Bibliotheca Alexandria stands on the corniche, a rebirth of the ancient library's dream. Its reading rooms house digital archives, and its planetarium projects the same constellations that Hypatia charted in brass. Today, Alexandria University's astronomy department uses satellite telescopes circling Earth, the very tools born from her legacy. Students gaze upward, just as she once did, chasing truths encoded in starlight. We've woven fact and fiction into a tapestry of discovery. While no archaeologist has yet unearthed Hypatia's actual dome, our journey proves that legends inspire exploration and sometimes lead us to unexpected truths. Every city holds secrets, some buried, some forgotten, and some waiting to be imagined. From space, we glimpse the patterns humans have carved into the earth, and in our stories, we give them new life. Stories are the vessels that carry knowledge across generations. The Codex Hypatia may be fictional, but it teaches us to look closer, to question maps, to follow patterns, and to believe that history's hidden corners still hold wonders. As you've watched this satellite voyage unfold, you became part of the expedition, tracing markers, solving riddles, and standing inside a dome reborn in the mind's eye. That is the true magic of exploration. Our satellite odyssey has reached its final chapter, for now, but the world brims with stories uncharted and legends untold. Which mystery should we pursue next? A lost library beneath the Amazon? A buried palace under Venice's canals? Share your suggestions in the comments, subscribe for weekly voyages across time and space, and ring the bell so you never miss a tour. Until our next flight, keep looking upward, and remember, every point on the map could be the key to a new discovery. Farewell, fellow explorers.